Hello, welcome to Smith & Smith Xbox World of Tanks, and today I'm doing the T-10 Tier 9 Russian heavy tank review, and you can see I've got a couple of barrel marks on this guy. Just in general, just according to me, I like this a lot. I got on a lot better than this. I think the first Tier 9 heavy I got was like the T-34 American, and didn't do great in that. And yeah, the M103 the M103 I did a little better in. I did okay in, but this was the first one I felt real comfortable with. So you see the engine here, 750 horsepower, but it does 50 kph, which is really good. I guess it's a tiny bit slower than the IS-3, but it gets around real good. I like the speed on this thing a lot. And the gun here, okay, so reload's about 12 seconds or so. You can obviously get that down with skills. It's got 0.35 accuracy, which the gun on this thing is so much better. Like the IS tanks, IS-3, IS-7 have good guns, but accuracy is a bit poor. This one seems to work a lot better than they do. This one again, I think the track rotation just feels like it works better than those tanks. Those are all pretty good. IS maybe is a bit more sluggish, but this definitely is easily as good. Feels as good, I think, as the IS-3. 400 is view range for a Russian tank. View range is sometimes a lot lower on those. It's actually decent. It's okay, not a problem. I always stick some coded optics on it. Radio is amazing, and then yeah, the ammunition on this thing. Yeah, you're gonna basically do 350, 400 or so guaranteed. And I think it's around about 250 sort of pen or so. So the gun is good, and it just seems to work. I think if you look at the gun stats on some of these tanks, comparing them, I don't know, it doesn't look that much better than maybe the IS-3, but it seems to work better. And you'll see some of the gameplay here, and it just does seem to work a little bit better, a little bit more consistent than some of the other IS tanks. Okay, so these are my skills. Obviously, Brothers in Arms brings up all your skills and down your reload time, 6 cents. Repairs is good. You get tracked a lot on these things. I got the RAM. I'm training up the RAM, and I do put camo on it. And then the snapshot just helps your gunnery skills just a tiny bit when you're moving the turret and the gun. So again, I like it. I just like this better than, I even like this a little bit better than the IS-7. Probably people won't like that I said that, but I just seems to work better for me. Alright, so the armor doesn't look great there. I mean, it's okay, but it slopes and angles. It does bounce a lot of shots, I think. It does have that diamond in the middle. It looks really soft. I guess against certain tanks that have gun diversion, that might be a problem. But yeah, it works pretty well. Bounces a good amount of shots. You certainly get penned by a lot of tier 9s and 10s, but you will bounce shots for sure if you with that angle there, and any angling you do, and just because it's got that sort of cone shape. Just depends on where the shots come in and how accurate they are, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the back's pretty soft, obviously, and again, the size of the turret, it's got some angle in and sort of rounding that certainly will bounce some shots, but sides and backs pretty penetrable. But yeah, all in all, I am a fan, and this is, I think, the first real tier 9 that I felt comfortable in, and just seems to work. Again, looking at stats, I was looking at all the stats of all the tanks around it, and you can't really put your finger on how it works slightly better than it should, but I feel like it does. And it sometimes is the statistics aren't sort of everything. So checking on my stats here. Again, I actually have a losing win rate in this thing. So if you were like the super average player, I'm guessing you'd have 49.75%. About half the games seem to get drawn, and then your win rate would be 49.75. So I'm actually a little bit of a down percentage in this one, even though I like it a lot. But some of those tier 9 and 10 games can get a little rough with some high rolling platoons. But yeah, I do enjoy it. You can see my hit ratio is 74% and a heavy with this gun. So the gun definitely works for me, and I think it'll work if you like if you just like the ISs in general. You should love this. All right, so I'm on Malinovka and I'm doing my job here. Gonna go up the hill and fight at the top of the hill. I've seen some other games I may have posted here. I like to go to the middle, but certain tanks, that's alright, not this one. Only one artillery to worry about. This is such a lazy shot here. I'll watch this. They got a lower tier, no big deal. And I shoot a little bit less accurately than I could have done. So, again, gun's good, but you still gotta take care. You know what I mean? Don't be too casual. Alright, so I'm pushing down here. I'm trying to get some spots on these guys. And hiding a good bit of my tank. And I'll show you how this gun works at a sort of medium range here. So that's a Carnarvon. Hold for over 400 there. So again, I am aiming in a bit, obviously. Another 400. Yeah, again, I don't know you pull that off as consistently in sort of an IS-3, or certainly an IS, or even an IS-7 maybe. But this one definitely seems to be okay. So being super aggressive, we're sort of winning. So we got some guys firing across the map and in the middle, and so I'm trying to get damage from my barrel marks here. So I'm being super aggressive. Alright, so there's my arty friend. Aiming in forever. Yeah, you gotta let it aim in, obviously, unless you're shorter range than that. But it's definitely got a good gun on it. I really like it. I love the fact that you can roll around, and I don't know, I think you need to be aggressive, you need to drive around fast. If you try and stay still too long on this thing, then it doesn't seem to work. So yeah, and I'm trying to get damage here. Oop, gun depression fail. Again, gun depression not amazing, obviously. Big tanks often not. Scoping this one up. Again, gun just works. Again, I'm trying to move around and use the slope to protect me. I'm not sure what that is. Don't know how that missed. I think there's a rock there. I'm down to 2 tanks now, right? Try not to die, but still want some more damage. That's the way I play the game. My survival rate is somewhere in the 25% range, and I don't really care about that. It's probably lower than some other players that are my standard. But if there's a bit of damage I can go get, I usually try and go and get it, and many times I'll die at the end of a game when I could have just relaxed. But anyway, good old game there. 7 pens. So average is about 400, should be about 2,800, 3,000 damage there. Again, use the speed to get up the hill, and use some armor. A little bit of assist with my view range. Blocked a couple thousand, so definitely a steel bullet. So definitely the gun's good, and you will bounce shots like I said. And if you're aggressive and getting good positions, you can get some views too. So, all right. So this is another game. This is the Al-Aman map, relatively new. I think this was a War Stories map they brought into the game too long ago. And this is a tier 9 game. And I am in a heavy. I like to roll down this right hand side. I see that there's a lot going on here, so try and use these buildings as cover. See this little hill, sometimes people will get side shots on your team going across there, so cutting behind them, they weren't expecting that. Again, I haven't done I did a little bit of work before this. There was I think it was a big heavy Japanese tank in the middle of the map that a couple of us knocked out, and then decided to go around, maybe try to flank these guys. At least that was my plan. And then yeah, gun. It's just a Japanese. It's just a Chinese tank, I think, right? Chinese heavy. I've got that one. Seems a little bit. See, that tank's looks a bit like this one, feels a bit like this one, but quite honestly, it doesn't work like this one. So, so yeah, it's definitely gets around, and it's like one of the great things about this tank is that it gets around. You can ram people, got some good weight and stuff, and again, good enough that you can even deal with a medium or a light like this at short range. Changed onto that one, don't know where that one went. 2 kills, it's a 7-7 game right now, so it's still all to play for here. Take this guy down. Another guy. I didn't get that kill. No, I didn't. I think I was going to ram him. I should have shot. I didn't. This guy used this tank here, this wreck. Trying to get him to shoot me. Got the kill shot on that one. I think I missed that last one, so I wanted to get that one. Alright, turn this around. So now we're 12-7 up. So things are looking good. 3 tanks left. Already thinking Top Gun right now, and so I'm racing off. Yeah, this thing gets around enough. I feel like if I play aggressive like I've done here, it seems to work better. I mean, obviously there's a time and a place for that, but nope. And again, even a snapshot like that works pretty good. This gun. Again, I don't know if you can do that in all the IS lines, but this one, yeah, I think you definitely can. Alright, one little light tank to go. So, yeah, again, big fan of this tank. I think the gun really works. If you like good guns, but you sort of shy away from some of the ISs because the gun's just not quite as good, certainly at range, you might be just a little surprised with this one. Again, I would get certain skills on it to bring everything up, but yeah, T-10's it's a good one. Alright, can I find this light tank? Oh, hello. And then, how about that? So, I don't know if you can do that in an IS tank. You can do it in a T-10 apparently. So, yeah, love the gun on this thing. Love the mobility. Armor definitely holds up. I feel like you can play tier 9s 10 games in this, no worries. Again, another mastery there. But I really like this tank. Alright, catch you next time on Smith & Smith Xbox War of Tanks.